Tonight's movie, Fry Bread, Face and Me, created by Billy Luther, follows the story of two Navajo cousins who reunite in Arizona to explore their familial heritage, and was created by a cast and crew of Native American descent.
Go spend the summer with your grandma over on the Navajo res.
You said I could go to Fleetwood Mac.
Devil music. Stevie Nicks is a witch.
As well as the screening, LA Skins Film Festival will host a 6-day event in November that provides a platform for the Native American film industry.
We would like to make sure that the authentic voice of our community is the one that's being listened to, showcased, and is the one that's really at the forefront of when it comes to listening to our community.
Scroden also discussed LA Skin's goal of expanding the view of Native peoples in the public conscious.
Well, we like to keep a variety of films because the more variety you have, you can show the uniqueness of our community and our community's voice. The Native American community, there's a lot of humor involved in what we do. I know that going off the noble savage stereotype, it's very dramatic and stoic, but that's not really the case. Native people are actually very humorous.
Whether comedy or drama, the experience of the LA Skins Film Festival is sure to be a human one. For Annenberg Media, I'm Tare Ebimami.
Those driving through Irvine in the near future should keep their eyes peeled for a flashy new police vehicle that some people say is a waste of money. Ian Maley has the story.
The Irvine Police Department has set itself apart from every single police department in the nation. They have revealed the purchase of a splashy Cybertruck for its fleet, costing more than $150,000. However, the new electric vehicle will have a specific role. The truck will support the Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program, also known as DARE, to help outreach efforts in the community. Flashy cars have become a tradition for Irvine PD in their DARE program. In the past, they have used miniature monster trucks and have even gone on horseback to stand out. Irvine Police released a statement saying the cost of the Cybertruck is not as bad as it might seem. According to them, a normal Ford Police Interceptor costs around $116,000 and is expected to last around 4 years, while the Cybertruck is supposed to last around 10. Noe Farias is a real estate agent. He supports the move.
Good. Embrace technology, embrace growth, embrace a greener environment.
Others have split views on whether this is a smart move by the city of Irvine. Agan Wachtele is a second-year student majoring in human biology. She showed skepticism towards the allocated money.
I think we have better things to spend money on than a Cybertruck for the police department, especially for the DARE program. I don't think the kids need to see a Cybertruck personally, but yeah.
Political science major Rena Paniker weighs in.
If I had that amount of money and I was a city council woman, I think I would use that money towards programs that would help those who are already impacted by the negative consequences of drug addiction.
According to the social media of the Irvine Police Department, the brand new fancy Cybertruck could be used for other purposes than DARE. They say while the fully equipped vehicle won't be used as a patrol car, it can respond to emergencies and assist the community when needed. Will this electric vehicle be welcomed with an electric response, or will this Cybertruck be a cyber flunk? For Annenberg Media, I'm Ian Maley.
Details continue to emerge after a man was arrested with firearms in the Coachella Valley before a Trump rally on Saturday. The sheriff there alleges his department stopped an attempted assassination on the former president, but the man has since denied that he was planning such an attack. Gianmarco Velasquez has the story.
This past Saturday in Coachella, 49-year-old Ven Miller was detained at a checkpoint right outside of a Trump rally. Miller, a resident of Las Vegas, was found to be illegally in possession of a shotgun, a loaded handgun, and a high-capacity magazine. He was also carrying multiple fake passports, IDs, and an unregistered vehicle with a fake license plate. In response, Miller was taken into custody and booked at the John J. Benoit Detention Center for possession of a loaded firearm and a high-capacity magazine. In a press conference following the incident, Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco alluded to the fact that perhaps his team stopped a third assassination attempt on the former president.
If you're asking me right now, I probably did have deputies that prevented the third assassination attempt.
Ven Miller is a registered Republican and a self-proclaimed Trump supporter. He also has a website, www.venmiller.com, where he posts a variety of content and claims, quote, he is actively involved in politics and works with candidates across all platforms to support those who are wanting to make a positive change. After his arrest, Miller was released from jail on a $5,000 bail, and his court date is set for early 2025. The U.S. Attorney's Office released a statement where they claimed the incident, quote, did not impact protective operations and former President Trump was not in any danger. From the outside, the evidence is pretty damning, and it's safe to say the situation looks pretty bad. The guns, the fake IDs, the fake license plate, it all makes sense why the authorities viewed this as an assassination attempt. But was it really? Well, the U.S. Secret Service begs to differ. They recently announced that they do not believe that this was a case of an assassination attempt against former President Trump, and the FBI has come out and confirmed that they will not be investigating it as such. For Annenberg Media, I am Gianmarco Velasquez.
Yesterday, SpaceX hit a milestone with its reusable rocket named Starship. The rocket was caught by a pair of mechanical arms called chopsticks. Scott Hills has the story.
Let's go! SpaceX was the first company to ever land a rocket. Usually, when a company launches a rocket, there's two stages, and both of them just go out into space and they burn up, never seen again.
That was Will Johns, a simulations lead for the Rocket Propulsion Laboratory at USC. Johns interned at SpaceX last summer, a company known for pushing the limits of aerospace technology, but not usually like what we saw yesterday when the company launched its most high-risk flight to date near Brownsville, Texas. The flight in question? Starship, potentially the most powerful launch vehicle developed for interstellar travel. This is the first time any company has attempted, and succeeded, in returning a reusable rocket to the launch pad. A pair of mechanical arms called chopsticks caught the 232-foot descending booster as people gathered to experience history firsthand.
A lot of the big goals in space that we thought were really far away might be a lot closer than we think.
Traditional aerospace companies prefer a slow and steady workflow, but Starship's successful voyage to Earth proved that an alternative method can produce results.
So it's so sick where you have private companies coming in and giving engineers a ton of freedom to just find problems and fix them the best way and give them the funds to do that. So I think I'm really excited to just go and chase down challenges like that.
SpaceX's founder, Elon Musk, has garnered controversy over Starship's development cycle.
It was a concept that most people thought would never work. A lot of people were very skeptical when they announced that this was how they were going to try to reuse this rocket. So,
an investigation by Reuters found that at least 600 unreported workplace injuries occurred at the company's facilities, to include amputations, electrocutions, and in one case, death. Still, his company continues to push for fast-paced experimentation like we saw this weekend with Starship. With this out-of-the-world development, we will see what more SpaceX can do after accomplishing this groundbreaking feat. For Annenberg Media, I'm Scott Hills.
Opulent Mobility is an international annual exhibit that tasks artists with reimagining disability as opulent and powerful. This year, the exhibit is hosted by the Hoyt Gallery on USC's campus. I sat down with the founder, A. Laura Brody, to discuss the narrative of disability and the power of art.
Let's talk about disability, period. Let's just make that a regular public conversation and not something that we don't think is ever going to happen to us and is only something outside. Let's talk about the possible beauty of it and of that experience as part of our lifetime. And let's talk about accessibility, because that's such a big thing. How can we make all of our experiences so that more people can take part? How can we bring in sign language? How can we bring in Braille? How can we make it more experiential?
The exhibit brings together a variety of artists and perspectives, not just to honor disability, but celebrate it.
The proposed mission is to ask artists to reimagine a world where disability is celebrated rather than feared, to reimagine disability as opulent and powerful, because they're terms we don't usually associate with disability, to focus on it, not to try to sugarcoat the difficulties, but to really celebrate how people express themselves in disability, how they deal with disability, and disability of all kinds, from the most apparent to the least.
I also ask Brody, what can visitors expect from this exhibit?
Well, I hope they will be surprised, honestly. You get pretty much a combination of everything. There's a piece that's entirely done out of slices of prescription pill bottles that were zip tied together into this beautiful undulating installation. There's a version of the goddess Kali built into a walker. There's a joyous purple painting of a seated person in a wheelchair and a bald person in a cane embracing.
She emphasizes the importance of accessibility and inclusion, not just in the pieces themselves, but in the experience of the exhibit as a whole.
If you look at it and pay attention to it, and there are QR codes along with all of the art, so you can find out more about the artists and the meaning behind each piece. There are also labels in Braille and full descriptions on both the website and in Braille forms, so people who are blind or low vision can experience this as well.
Like the art, Brody encourages us all to embrace the idea of disability with a sense of acknowledgement and pride.
I think disability is a real part of human existence, period, and that if you don't look at that, you're not really examining all that us humans are. It's part of our experience, it's part of our lives, and let's acknowledge that, celebrate it, and showcase it instead of trying to hide it, which seems to be so much of the way people deal with disability in general.
The exhibit is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Mondays through Fridays, and it's available on campus at the Hoyt Gallery until October 25th. If you're interested in resources right at your fingertips, Brody also recommended the hashtags MyDisabledLife or DisabilityVisibility to learn more. And that's all the time we have for on today's From Where We Are. Gabby Medina executive produced and directed today's show. Amy Lopez and Anthony Klingerman produced the show. We had help from Antonia Brooks, Natalia Fierro Gomez, Liam Irvin, and Nick Corral.
Our board operator is Wendy Lee. Our livestream manager is Aria Zhao, and Derek Renfro composed our theme music.
Catch us live on YouTube at Annenberg Radio News, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Subscribe to From Where We Are, wherever you're listening right now. And finally, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Annenberg Radio. I'm Ari Rose Marquez.
And I'm Daniela Lake. From all of us at Annenberg Radio, wherever you are, we hope you'll join us again for
From Where We Are.
So, Ari, do you think you'd want to live on Jupiter's moon?
No.
Okay, same.
Thoughts on this?